Hi everyone, this video is going to be about the Premier Pathway and the development plan and how to fill out a good solid development plan and to show you what a good development plan looks like. So in order to progress within the company you need to follow the pathway levels, which I'll talk about in a second, but also you need to fill out a development plan of how you're going to get there and what you've done to get there. So in terms of the development plan, there's a few key points that you need to think about when you're going to start filling this out. So the first one, in your development plan, you're basically going to be documenting, like a diary, um, your learnings throughout your lessons, or for when you're in the office or when you're supporting a staff member, etc. So you're going to be documenting your lessons and experiences, and you're going to think about what you did well, what you learned from the experience, and also what you're going to do different next time. And you're going to document that on this development plan, so we can see your growth, etc. Second thing you need to think about is your behavior and your performances. So you're going to observe your performance, so link back to the experiences in your lessons. So how well did I do? So a bit of self-reflection on that part. And you're just going to be honest with yourself. So if something didn't go well, just write it down. This didn't go well because of this, and this, but this is what I'm going to do next time to improve that. So it's just documenting your learning, your experiences, and your behaviours and your performance to try and improve. Thirdly, it's a live document, so this can be completed and filled out whenever. It's totally up to you. It's your document, so you upload it and update it whenever you like. And then fourthly, in terms of the overall goal of the development plan, we want you to succeed. So work with your APL, work with me, work with other management team as well to try and get you up that pathway, because that's what we want. We want people moving up that pathway to make the company even better. So just going to quickly show you the career pathway and the different points that you need to hit. So this is for AP1. So if you're an apprentice, for example, these are the sort of things you need to start to do and start hitting to then move up to the next level and next wage band as well. So it's split off into different sections. So you've got skills, experience, soft skills, and character traits. Now, ideally, what you want to do, you want to look at this document. So if you're an apprentice and you're looking to move up to activity professional 1, you want to look at this document here and you want to identify where you're at the moment. So a good way of doing that is like highlighting things green if you can do them, highlighting them orange if you're not quite sure, or you only do it a little bit, or you've done it once or twice, and then highlighting red the things that you can't do. That might be your down to something on the BMS. So if you haven't got a level 2, for example, you can come to us and we'll try to get you on a level 2. So the red is highlighting the things that you haven't done or you can't do. So it's a good start to highlight what you think where you think you're at, basically. So these points here, they need to go onto your development plan, and you sort of need to talk about each point. So let's pick this one out for an example. So able to deliver curricular provision consistently, scoring 68 to 74% for 3 observations. So at the moment, if you've been assessed 3 times consistently and you're hitting 70%, 75%, then you can then highlight that as green because you are already there. If you've been assessed a few times and you've hit 68%, and then next time you hit 50%, and then the next time you hit 65%, that'll go in as an amber, as a red, just because you're not quite hitting that yet. So that will just need to highlight some things that you need to work on to try and get your score up. So the things that you highlight green, you still need to implement them into your development plan and talk about them. So how have you done that? So if you have got the assessment score, so what did you do in your lessons? How did you get there, basically? You also need to document and highlight the orange and the reds, and that will then work out where you're at, but also how you're going to get that and turn that into a green. Because once you turn the majority of these into greens, that's when you can move up to the next level and to the next pay band. Once you've done all, then you go to AP2, for example. So highlight what you think you can do, highlight what you know you can do, and then highlight what you can't do, and you're going to implement this into your development plan. So I've got Tanika's here as an example that she did a few months ago. So she's added this to herself. So there's some things that you need to fill out on here. So these sections here, they're just a guidance of how to fill out the development plan, how to document your lessons, etc. And then I'm going to quickly talk about the sort of things that Tanika's put in there as well. So as you can see, the skills gap, that is linked to these. And then you've got your soft skills again, which is on the pathway down here. You've got your experiences. Again, Tanika's talked about her experiences here. And again, that's linked to the pathway. So she's talking about these traits here and these key points. And then finally, character traits, again, is linked to the pathway as well. So these are these points here. So those are the main points you need to think about and to look at. And then second or thirdly, the main thing as well is the learning log. So you cannot move up the pathway if you haven't filled out your learning log. So this is, documenting what you've done on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis. So as you can see here, Tanika has talked about her drama lesson, how the class are a bit rowdy and a bit noisy. So again, she's not highlighting all the positive things that happen in her lesson. She's highlighting a challenging time or a challenging area, and she's going to try and flip that into a positive and try and make it even better. So she's stated what's happened. She says what she did, so she's followed through the school behaviour system using the behaviour management chart. She's then documenting what she's learned, and then she's also documenting what she could do next time to try and make it into more of a positive. So she's going to try a couple of different tactics or actions here. And she's doing that on a weekly and bi-weekly basis throughout her time filling out the development plan. So again, here you can see she's got more key points to look at. So we're talking about after school clubs. So this is mainly focused on her lessons, etc. So these need to be filled out at a bi-weekly. So once every 2 weeks or daily or weekly, totally up to you. The more information, the better. And that will help us identify how you've moved up and how you've hit these different aspects. So the learning log is really key that you fill that out regularly and you put as much detail into your development plan as possible. So have a little flick through. So this one is going to be on the drive. Have a little flick through of Tanika's, see what she's put, see the sort of detail she's added into her development plan, and then link that back to the pathway and the criteria that you need to hit to then move up to the next level. We're going to be doing a little bit of work with APLs, so again, if you've got any questions, come to your APL and ask them for support. You can ask myself for support. I can help you on this as well. So really want people to get moving with these pathways and to get moving with the development plans, because I'm going to be sending out a deadline of when the next pay rise is coming, or the next development plan and pathway deadline is. So if you want to get one in before then, we'll let you know. So again, any questions, let me know.